Alright boys, another day, another Last of Us 2 video. This time, boys, it is a big deal because today we're talking about a potential, and this is a very strong candidate out of every information out there. It's still a rumor, it's still a possibility, but this one is very likely to happen. We're talking about the ending for The Last of Us Part 2. Not only that, we are talking about that familiar face and that audio that we heard in the story trailer, which made everyone speculate what has happened with Fireflies and who is returning for the second game. So you know what, we're not gonna waste any more time. Let's just begin because there's a lot to go on to. So both Reset Era, where the first spoiler thread started, and Reddit, where all these leaks are coming in, they mostly agrees for the fact that the game's duration is more than 20 hours. If that's true, a huge part of it is going heavily in the gameplay section and character relationships build up. That is crazy. That means there will be no doubt parts where we feel stretched, fetch quests to make us feel good or sympathize with characters such as DINA and ELLIE relationship, Jesse, Tommy, which is completely fine by me, but I feel like in order to make us feel about them, they are putting these gameplay section, and I hope Infected are part of that gameplay. When I made earlier videos, I told you guys about a familiar face coming in the ending according to one of the leakers, quote unquote, that sparked a hope for a good ending, which was then even more fueled by the recent story trailer. Yes, the story trailer showed us two glimpses of what we could use for the ending, one of which we overlooked. The other one, well, you already know about that, so you know what, stay tuned. But before that, yesterday when I made this video, which was by 4chan, there was actually 21 pictures in total of the entire plot. This is the important detail I forgot to mention last time, and only 5 can be found publicly on the thread. If you go on the 4chan, it says 17 of 21, then 18, 19, 20, and 21. Not only that, the same OP claims that the game is around 33 hours. 33 hours, boys. That is nuts. So one thing we know, out of everything, game is 20 hours plus. Leaks gameplay were around 2 hours or 3 at max if we add and fill in some blanks. But what happens to the rest of the story? I know the leaks already shows some pretty major plots of the game, but this is where the new updates to the leaks comes into play. Now, for the ending to make sense, you guys need to understand something. Abby, Ellie, Seraphites, and Fireflies. These 4 entities are important. By the way, Abby and Seraphites, these names are public. I don't have to censor them. These are not spoilers, by the way. This was even more sparkled by Redditors claiming that the end of the game, or at least the end part of the game, because the ending supposedly is separated in 3 parts, one of which is Abby, the 2 are Ellie. We're gonna get back to that later. Anyways, let's see this new ending leak and see what happens. And by the way, Muso, no gameplay, no screenshot, no audio. You can't legally take me down. We're just discussing these Reddit posts that are rumors and speculation. So if you're gonna take this down, you're just basically taking down rumors and speculations of what could be true. As a matter of fact, if you take this down, you're just confirming that these rumors are true. Anyways, with the warning out of the way, one of you guys actually reminded me that this thread actually got updated, and which I showed in the last video, and I should talk about it. So here we go. Okay, edit 2. This is interesting. After killing Abby, this is post-ending, of course, we're still not done with the ending. It is revealed, through a flashback, oh my god, that the men who rescued Ellie were Fireflies. They are talking about, you guys know exactly what. They have been searching for Ellie ever since they heard that the wolves were looking for the immune girl who escaped from the Fireflies. WLF, the people who are Abby's are intermangling. We're gonna get to that later. Ellie recognizes the man as Marlene's husband, Aaron. What in the world is going on? Marlene had a husband, Aaron? Nah, man, this is too much to handle right now. Can y'all even believe this? Aaron? Let's keep on going. After they get medical attention, they are transported back to Jackson with Fireflies. It is then revealed after Ellie left, she asked that Aaron help her lure Abby to her death. It was a strategic move and plan. I've been thinking about this day one. How the heck did Ellie found her anyway? How did she manage to do all of that on her own? Because y'all remember, according to rumors and speculation, Jesse and Ellie were never on board, including Tommy. They were never on board with Ellie's plan of taking out Abby as a whole. She went in there alone. How did she got all the information? How did she know that they're down at this time or up at this time? Because she had I know the game is panned out in months months, even years, but still, it's a lot of work to do for a single person, especially if you're one. This right here explains how and why. But this is not even the good part. The good part here is this is where I was like, my jaw dropped literally. In exchange, ELLIE allows them to perform whatever surgeries may be necessary to create a cure. I was starting a little bit, but what? What? I knew it. I mean, this is not confirmed, but ever since the first game, I was like, fireflies. They are important. Not even in the gameplay trailers, not even the leaks we talk about the fireflies, except, you know, in a couple of times. We don't see fireflies with our own very eyes. I'm not spoiling anything, but boys, what? Let's keep on going. The fireflies agree and plant a firefly agent that routinely takes a route through Seattle in the hopes of passing Abby and Lev. That would happen, ladies and gentlemen. This is how she got all the information, all of the good stuff. That is why Seattle was such an important part of the game itself. Anyways, they then tell ELLIE that if the plan works, she is to travel. Listen to this, boys. This is going to be super, super important. And it aligns with literally every other thing. She is to travel to St. Francis Medical Center in Santa Barbara. If that doesn't ring any bells, I don't know what will. I'm just hyping myself for just a Reddit post that could be done completely by a fan just to hype up, just to get some attention. Either way, it's a good stuff. Alright, I was about to say it was some good shit, but it is some good shit, alright? I can't with this plot. After 2 months, they managed to find Abby and give her a tip about fireflies being spotted in a local neighborhood not far from there. Abby gives him a pistol for this information. Oh my god. Okay, you guys need to know something, alright? Abby and Lev, I'm not gonna spoil them, but they are together, alright? This was actually in the PGW trailer, alright? But Abby, in the previous leaks that I reported here on the channel, like last video or the video before that, I said very explicitly that there was a false alarm for Abby and her group. But in that, there was a flashback where she saw Tommy, who lets her leave. Here, it was by fireflies, and they gave her a tip that fireflies are here or somewhere, whatever. Abby gives him a pistol for this information. Goodness gracious. Here comes the final part. And her and Lev depart to find the fireflies. After Abby is killed, this is post everything. So right after that point, we're talking about everything that happened prior, which I reported already on the channel. We don't have to go back, but I will explain it. I know this is complicated, but I'm gonna shrink it and help you guys with it, alright? After Abby is killed, ELLIE is shown getting up and riding out of Seattle, implying that she is riding towards the hospital, St. Francis Medical Center in Santa Barbara, and leaving open the possibility for a part 3. Last of Us Part 3, I am telling you, boys. Oh my goodness gracious, Joe. What a turn of events would that be? What a clever tactic would that be? Fireflies returning. The entire plot was literally fireflies. It all started with fireflies, and it's now ending with fireflies. It's kind of obvious not learning about fireflies at all in the trailers. You would think Abby would be with fireflies since, you know, no spoilers, but she is the one finding the fireflies in the first place. Why? It matches way too perfectly with the leaks, and we need to talk about this supposed Marlene's husband. What? Are you kidding me? This guy right here, this person, he is Aaron. I mean, he's looking like one from Fireflies. I'm just assuming. There are a lot of people saying this guy is Fireflies. The way he's handing his gun up and the way it works in the story with the leaks, it makes most sense. I mean, the rest of the Abby's group looks like a bunch of Hulks, but no, Aaron is a thing, literally. Either him or someone else completely, but him being Aaron makes more sense for the story and for the leaks to align. So in order to explain what this means, especially everything, according to this person, Abby's been hunting Joel ever since that night. They then find their location. ELLIE and Joel get separated. DINA, Jesse are now part of everything. Later, however, Tommy get kidnapped. This is where the trailer comes in. Joel and ELLIE then takes different routes to find Tommy. Understand before anyone says, no clothes are different, they changed everything. The lead gameplay assets are completely different than story trailer. Doesn't mean the content is changed, but that's a big plot. The trailers are deceiving, especially with them assets, but we'll have to wait and see on that part. ELLIE then finds Joel and Tommy. Club session happens, and now the thirst of revenge begins. We get brutality from Abby, but later, after Abby was done from everything, when ELLIE and DINA were dead, this group came in and helped them. Turns out, this group are Fireflies, or WLF, whatever you want to call them. ELLIE makes a deal with them that hunting Abby in return of cure is the way to go. The game till the end happens around this plot. Oh my god, it was right in front of us the entire time, boys. And now we don't even know if she's gonna let them do the surgery, because when she gets there, she learns more about them. I mean, it's mentioned here in the Reddit posts and on 4chan. A lot of people agree that Ellie is slowly understanding why Joel did whatever he did, but that'll likely play out and stretched out till The Last of Us 3, continuing DINA and DINA Baby and Ellie's story alongside Tommy, and not to mention Lev. Good god, this plot sounds better, at the very least. There's reasoning to it. I feel like all these leakers are either such a good fanfiction writers, or they're hired by Naughty Dog to start spewing positivity, but not too much that it feels balanced in terms of story, and not to leak, of course. I mean, why would they hire people to leak their own story? That doesn't make any sense. So fanfiction writers or someone garnering for attention is possibility, but it's just too specific information that aligns with the trailers way too well. But I feel like also we are looking at logical reasoning, some sort of explanation for our anger that we're demanding for what has happened through them leaks, which is leading to some people that are genuinely using this for their own gain, for attention. Like I said, that's the thing, some of them are true out there with this. We would never know until the game drops. This thread, out of everything we've got so far, alongside 4chan, with many exceptions of course, there are so many debunks in the points that they made, both of them, that are false, but most of it, they have a very strong case. But what do you think, boys? Do you think that Ellie is going for that surgery? I mean, it makes so much sense. Whatever happened in The Last of Us Part 2 would be because of the ending of the first game, and it only makes sense that in Part 3 they come full circle, and it only makes sense if they end the game with Ellie ending Fireflies once and for all. Maybe in Part 3 her death would make more sense, and maybe and hopefully Ellie's death would be with more honor, dignity, and more memorable. That's all I'm gonna say. Tomorrow we'll take a look at new long explanation. There's another thread that I'm waiting. It's so long that I couldn't fit into this video, so we're just talking about the ending in this video. For every confirmed and unconfirmed stuff for the story, stay tuned and tune in tomorrow for that. There's a video for Abby and why she's a problem coming soon too. I will try to make it as spoilerless as possible. So yeah, good luck boys with all this information. I know when you click off the video you feel something. I do that too. So stay sharp and stay safe. Ugh.